Welcome back, ghouls and goblins, to another edition of Goosebumps Reviews, where we take a look at all things spooky. Today we're looking at an underrated gem from the classic Goosebumps TV series, Calling All Creeps, based on the book of the same name written by R.L. Stine. This episode is one of the more bizarre entries in the series. If you're a fan of weird twists and creepy creatures, then you're in for a treat. So let's dive into this episode and find out if it still creeps us out, or if it's more silly than scary. Calling All Creeps first aired on February 15th, 1997. We follow a boy named Ricky Beamer, a kid who's having a rough time at school as he's constantly bullied, particularly by a girl named Tasha and 3 other kids. He's practically invisible to everyone except for these mean kids. It's your classic underdog story, at first. Things take a turn when Ricky tries to get revenge by sneaking a prank message into the school newspaper. Instead of humiliating Tasha, his message accidentally attracts a group of alien lizard people called Creeps, who think Ricky is their leader. Talk about a prank backfiring so badly, huh?
Calling all creeps. Calling all creeps.
Fun fact, according to R.L. Stine's autobiography, he got the idea for this story from a joke he once played when he was in college, but it ended up backfiring on him afterwards. The Creeps want Ricky to help them take over the school and turn everybody into lizard people by contaminating the school's food supply, and now Ricky has to figure out if he's going to help them or stop them. Ricky is one of those Goosebumps protagonists who's easy to root for. He's a total underdog, as he's bullied, ignored, and is just trying to get by. But what makes Ricky interesting is that he's not your typical goody two-shoes. His original plan was revenge. That little twist gives him more depth than your average victim character. You feel bad for him, but at the same time, you're kinda like, man, that was not a smart move. What really stands out of this episode is how Ricky deals with being thrusted into this bizarre situation. He's torn between his anger at his bullies and the horror of what the Creeps want him to do. It adds a nice layer of moral complexity for a kid's show. Now, let's talk about the Creeps themselves. These guys are some of the weirdest creatures in the Goosebumps series. They're lizard-like aliens disguised as regular students, but when they reveal their true forms, let's just say, it's classic Goosebumps rubber suit goodness. Their design is campy and a little cheesy by today's standards, but that's part of the charm. They've got slimy skin and this overall unsettling vibe. It's one of those so bad it's good creature designs, and honestly, although I prefer how they look in the original book, I love this adaptation of them. There's something about those practical effects that just feels right in a Goosebumps episode. Sure, it's no Jurassic Park, but it's fun, weird, and adds that eerie, surreal tone the show is known for. The real tension in Calling All Creeps isn't just about the lizard creatures, it's about Ricky's dilemma. Should he take revenge on his bullies by letting the Creeps go through with their plan? Or does he try to save the very people who made his life miserable? For a kid's show, it's really cool to see. Watching Ricky wrestle with this decision adds a layer of suspense that goes beyond the typical run away from the monster formula. It's a moral struggle, and it's not easy for him to figure out what's right. You can see how torn he is, and that's what makes this episode more than just about aliens. It's about being caught between revenge and doing the right thing, which is why I quite enjoy this episode a lot. Finally, we have to talk about the ending, because this is where Calling All Creeps goes full-on Goosebumps twist mode. Without giving too much away, let's just say the episode doesn't end on a high note. It's dark, twisted, and leaves you feeling unsettled, like many great Goosebumps stories. Ricky's fate isn't exactly what you would expect, and the final scene gives the whole episode a creepy aftertaste. It's one of those endings where you're like, wait, what just happened? It sticks with you, and that's what makes it memorable. It's a reminder that in the world of Goosebumps, not every story has a happy ending. Sometimes, the Creeps win. So, is Calling All Creeps one of the best Goosebumps episodes? I say it's up there, especially if you're a fan of the weirder, darker stories in the series. It's got everything you want: creepy creatures, a conflicted hero, and a twist ending that'll leave you with chills. Sure, the special effects are a little dated, but that's part of the charm. It's one of those episodes that's perfect for a late night rewatch, so if you're a Goosebumps fan, give Calling All Creeps a rewatch. It's one of those hidden gems that balances campy fun with a genuinely creepy atmosphere. And that twist ending is just the icing on the cake. That's it for today's review. Let me know in the comments what you think of Calling All Creeps. Did it creep you out as a kid? Or did the Creeps themselves make you laugh? You can also request what episode I should do next. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more reviews. I've been that Goosebumps guy, and until next time, stay spooky.